The Cathar Manifesto, Cathar Love 138. The Cathar Manifesto, or some call it the Cathar Prophecy, although it's not really prophesying anything, whereas a manifesto is more or less, a manifesto is setting out one's aims, one's vision. Yeah, and it's quite different to the commandments, which is telling you what to do and what not to do. So a manifesto is really just outlaying what one is all about. And the Cathar Manifesto, if you boil it down to one thing, it's about love. To take it a little further, it's about unconditional love. Now, this word unconditional is critical, because from a Cathar point of view, how can you love anybody? How can you respect anybody? How can you truly love someone if it's not unconditional? If you truly love somebody and they do something that you don't like or doesn't sit well with you, that makes no difference. If your love is unconditional, it should make no difference to your love. And this is critical because it separates Cathar love, or the Cathar philosophy about love. It makes it radically different to the Almighty's love of the great faith, because to the deity, whether it's a Muslim, Christian, Islamic, Jewish, Judaic, their deity's love is conditional, and it's conditional on you obeying the commandments, or these rules, or these beliefs, or these strictures, these doctrines, and so forth. And if you do, and you're a good boy and good girl, you'll go up there, and if you don't, you'll go down there. And either place is for eternity, and one place isn't so good. With the Cathar, they have the Platonic idea, the Socratic idea, that there's an origin of everything, and it's there's a source of everything, and so they call it the source. And although the source is unknown, the one thing that is known is that the love of the source, or as the Cathars used to say, the good God, is unconditional, and therefore it's not judgmental. And in actual fact, that makes a little bit of common sense, because if one is the creator of something, why would you create anything that's going to displease you? So from the Cathar point of view, as I've mentioned before, ultimately everybody, or every soul, or every divine spark will return to the source from where it was created. But we are down here to learn and gain experience, and to gain as much experience as we can, and that takes many, many, many lives. But at a certain point, when we have learnt how to love unconditionally, being one of them, how to live without fear, being another, how to live celebrating life with its ups and downs, all these things. So when we can do this, we're getting there, and at some point we'll no longer we can get off the merry-go-round, and we'll no longer have to reincarnate, and we're in the world of spirit, and might have to head up somewhere else, but we're probably finished with planet Earth. So this unconditional love is critical. So in the manifesto, what it's doing is it's talking about love of oneself, love of our planet, love of our environment, and in doing so try to protect it. There are no commands that you must do this, you must eat a certain way or drink a certain way. There's no doctrine that says that regarding sex or whether one is gay or straight or black or white. This doesn't come into it. It is simply about love. One can live the way one thinks one ought to live for that particular person. And if you happen to be a vegetarian and that you feel that's your way that you should, that's fine. If you change your mind, that's fine. Or whatever it happens to be. If you are thinking fasts are great, fasts are good, which I do. I like to do that, but I do it because I enjoy it. I don't suggest anybody else do it. But if I do it, I do it because I want to do it and I enjoy it and I'm happy with what I'm doing it. So my fasting, even though it's without food, but it's having drink or water, of course, but without any food, I enjoy it. I do it. Part of it is the enjoyment of doing it. And also one feels much better and health-wise as well. So one can live one's lifestyle, and the Catharism, modern Catharism, because we're not different to the days, the medieval days, we can live whatever lifestyle we can without all these placing rocks upon us that we have to carry around. Catharism is about taking rocks away and trying to liberate people and strengthens people through that natural, through liberation of spirit, liberation of soul. And the other thing is, in the manifesto, it says we don't have to go around shoving it down anyone's throat. We don't have to go around shouting out if we have any beliefs or we feel we're in tune with the Cathar ethos or the way of living. We don't have to shoot it from the rooftops. All we have to do, we just have to live it and hopefully enjoy it and enjoy that. Helps us celebrate life even more. And when we have some downs, and those downs we all have, because we have that Cathar belief and the Cathar faith, and we know we're going to have ups and we know we're going to have downs, that we've got that inner joy and we can handle it even more. The Cathar Manifesto, outlining and affirming the aims and ideals of those desiring to follow a present-day Cathar path, a path for a different age. The Cathar Manifesto. It has no fabric, only understanding. It has no membership, save those who know they belong. It has no rivals, because it is non-competitive. It has no ambition, because it only seeks to serve. It knows of no boundaries, for nationalisms are unloving. It is not of itself, because it seeks to enrich all groups and religions. It acknowledges all great teachers of all the ages who have shown the truth of love. Those who participate practice the truth of love in all their daily being. There is no walk of life or nationality that is a barrier. Those who are, know. It seeks not to teach, but to be, and by being, enrich. It recognizes the collectivity of all humanity, and that we are all one with the one. It recognizes that the way we are may be the way of those around us, because we are that way. It recognizes the whole planet as a being of which we are a part. It recognizes that the time has come for the supreme transmutation, the ultimate alchemical act, the conscious change of the ego into a voluntary return to the whole. Each one will dedicate his or her life to the silent loving of their neighbour and environment and the planet, while carrying out their daily task, however exalted or humble. It admits of no hierarchy or structure, for no one is greater than another. Its members shall know each other by their deeds and being, and their eyes, and by no other outward sign, save the fraternal embrace. It does not proclaim itself with a loud voice, but in the subtle realms of loving. It salutes all those in the past who have blazoned the path, but paid the price. It recognizes the supremacy of the great idea, which may only be accomplished if the human race practices the supremacy of love. It has no rewards to offer, either here or in the hereafter, save that of the ineffable joy of being and loving. Its members shall seek only to advance the cause of understanding, within whichever church, group or family they happen to be. They shall do good by stealth, and teach only by example. They shall heal their neighbour, their community, and our planet. They shall know no fear, and feel no shame, and the witness shall prevail over all odds. It has no secrets, no arcanum, no initiations, save that of the true understanding of the power of love, and that, if we want it to be so, the world will change, but only if we change ourselves first. All those who belong, belong. Many churches, groups and sects are impositions by the few on the many, preying on weakness. The Cathar community of love is the reverse. It liberates and promotes individual strength. Such vestigial structure as it eventually may have must come from those who know they are a part of it. This is the Cathar community of love. The above was channeled to Column at Montsegur by Gulabat de Castra, the former head bishop of the medieval Cathars. Actually, with the manifesto, when one reads it, when I read it, there was things that I passed over, and it was only after I read it on a number of occasions that some of the points that they make actually sunk in, because there are quite a lot of points, but they're not thou shalt not, or thou shalt do this, or thou shalt not do that. So it's a softer suggestions, if you like. So whatever we do, whatever lifestyle we choose, we don't have to go shouting that particular lifestyle from the rooftops, or insist that other people do that, adhere to that lifestyle. Also, I think it says here, its members shall seek only to advance the cause of understanding within whichever church, group or family they happen to be. They shall do good by stealth and teach only by example. They shall heal their neighbour, their community and our planet. So the point is there, it's not saying that you must be in this particular group, that you can have these Cathar ideals. No, it's saying that it doesn't matter what particular group, church or family, these Cathar ideals are things that can still help you and elevate you no matter what particular group that you happen to be in, or that the fact that you don't happen to be in them. So you may have religion, or you may have no religion. It doesn't matter. The ideals and the ideas within the manifesto are good for any person. And so in that respect, they're universal. And I do like the fact that there is no organisation and there's no followers. You're not following this person or that person. There's no Pope, there's no Dalai Lama, whatever, no matriarch or patriarch. It's simply between, Catharism is between yourself and your beliefs, well, myself and in my case, my Cathar beliefs. But I think, and I do believe, that if one does hear something or read something that you feel is enlightening, the rule of thumb to me with enlightenment is it must do two things. It must make me, maybe three things, maybe four. It must make me feel better about myself, not feel less about myself. It should take some rocks or weights, emotional or otherwise, remove them from me, not add them onto me. And also it should be something that is better for the world, the environment and the planet. It doesn't lessen or make things worse for the environment and the planet. So they're things that I feel that if it's enlightening, or that. So the other one is that there's no enlightenment without joy. So if someone's putting something on you and you think, oh yeah, that's very interesting, oh yeah, but if you come away loaded down, well, to me that's not enlightenment. To me is you've listened to something or been somewhere and you've come away, it might be a play, it might be an opera, whatever it is, but you, oh, that was great. You should be walking away and feel lighter for the experience, feeling better for the experience, feeling better about yourself for the experience. So if we take all these aspects, they all come down to one thing. They all come down to love. And what I feel a lot of people don't understand is the power of love. That if you are a loving person, if you are, and to be loving you need to be kind and caring, and if you are that way, and as I suggest, you're silent in your loving, you don't go, hey mate, I love you. It doesn't have to be expressed and told. It can be, depending on the situation. But let's talk about a silent loving, but nonetheless genuine. It has power to change yourself and also change the world about you. And as it says in the manifesto, we can change the world. But the condition to changing the world is that we must change ourselves first. And that change in ourselves must be about being a more loving person. And if we are a more loving person, well, we've changed the world for the better, even if it's only by one. But at least you've done that. But if you can do it, then other people will do it also. And the other thing is that it's very much about unconditional love, because it's this unconditional love that separates Catharism as a belief or as a philosophy from the other religions of the world, where their beliefs are conditional upon how you live according to those beliefs or those commandments. And with Catharism, you don't have things like that. You are allowed to live and be the way that you are, and still have these Cathar, still enjoy these Cathar components, the Cathar ethos. To me, in the end, it's trying to make the world a better place, the planet in which we live a better place, and in that respect, it's a good thing. Bye.